Hello! I'm really glad you're here. I'm Amy, and this is Amy's Wild Cards. This is the podcast where I interview people who I think are my friends with a deck of cards filled with random questions I have created. At the beginning of each interview, this deck will be shuffled, and whatever questions come up in whatever order is completely up to fate. We're gonna laugh, maybe cry, probably be offended. Let's get into it. So, already concerned is my brother Austin. Hi, Austin.
Hello.
Oh, do you not want to do this right now?
No, we're good. It's fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna move this down a little bit.
Okay.
Perfect. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good.
You seem tense.
I mean, it's we'll see how it goes. I'm just
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was saying to Austin before we started, I don't think I've ever actually involved my family or my siblings in any of my creative projects.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, being involved in one. Yeah, it's the first.
How do you feel about being involved in one?
I mean, the way I view it is, you're doing a project, and I don't know, you're including me, and I think that's cool. And I want
cool.
to, and at the same time, it I guess makes me feel like I'm able to be a little supportive as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is great. And I was telling Austin too, the first episode, actually, I realized that I was recording it on our dad's birthday. Our dad passed. Oh my gosh. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but it's been that long. He died.
Because I was, 16, 17?
Yeah, it was in 2009. It was New Year's Day, 2009.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah,
So it was kind of cool. It was like our dad was like almost like christening the show, is what I like to believe.
I like it.
There was like a cool like synchronicity that happened. So I'm shuffling the deck. I shuffled it a bunch before you got here too.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you an option. Either you can choose when I stop shuffling or I choose.
You can just choose. That's fine.
You had an opportunity to have a little control over your interview, and you gave it
I
away.
mean, it's your show. I'm here for the experience,
Thank
and
Can you guys tell who's older? Can you tell? Can you tell Austin has a bunch of older crazy sisters? Woo! We're not crazy. We are passionate.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I am technically crazy. My therapist doesn't like that word. I was like, okay, but if I am crazy, don't I get to choose what I call myself?
Right? I mean, I'm making this decision.
Nobody else can call me that.
Yeah,
Though. It's
yeah.
like the N word.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
But yeah, if you're the one saying it about you, it's different. But there's also the whole shtick about not being a negative Nancy towards yourself. And,
of course, we don't want to be Nancy's.
Yeah, no one likes a Nancy unless she
Your
could be a
Nancy.
nice lady, but.
Yeah, if there's a Nancy listening right now, I just want you to know you are loved. There's nothing wrong with you.
This is not about you.
Your name has that associated with it. Oh my gosh, I've never had such a hard time choosing when to stop shuffling.
You can stop now. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh boy.
I'm telling you.
Because I know nothing about
the
what
Lord
this is.
works in mysterious ways in these cards.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm expecting here, so we'll see.
Well, that's the best, because my last guest, she had seen a few episodes already, so she already knew some of the questions.
Yeah.
So this is much better. What is your favorite mental illness?
My favorite mental illness.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I want to make sure I get it right. I want to say, F it, I don't care. So I was in the hospital, and there was a guy who I want to say he was schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm. Schizoaffective disorder.
Yeah, schizoaffective. Yeah. But the energy this guy had, and he was so intense, but like,
They are a lot of fun.
but yeah, but he was just super entertaining, and I was just like,
Yes.
and I don't mean it that like, I don't know,
I know
you know,
it's
in that like a
bad.
negative connotation, just like, I don't know, I was there, and like I was like, you know, good for you, dude. Like he
It
at least
seems,
seemed like he was
yeah.
having a great old time.
I know. I think sometimes maybe it can be fun, but I know it's also like such a torturous thing to have, so I don't want to like
100%.
make too much light of it, but also at the same time, I've also experienced people with it and it can be fun
Yeah.
sometimes. Is that
Yeah,
wrong?
but
I don't
well,
know.
yeah, but exactly, and it's like not to belittle like their
That
that having to
experience.
live with that, you know, in
Yeah.
the day to day and like what that does to them. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you asked the question,
I did ask the
I
question.
gave the answer.
Yeah, and then we just talk about it a little bit. That's
Yeah,
fine. Everything's
yeah.
fine. Okay. I'm curious how you're going to answer this considering how we grew up.
Okay.
Monotheist, polytheist, or atheist?
Uh, dude, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even monotheist.
Mono, what does that mean?
I mean, like when you get mono.
Austin's girlfriend is on the side and she puts her finger up for one. Mono means one.
Gotcha.
So
So what, you believe in like one higher power?
one God, yeah.
Okay.
Poly,
That's like polyamorous. You love
yes.
everyone.
Many,
Yes.
and then atheist.
Yeah, and then atheist. Um it's hard to say because like I've definitely feel like I've always kind of believed in a higher power. It's just the reality is I haven't practiced anything like that, and it's for so long, and it's
Yeah.
very much been something that hasn't been in the forefront of my life. So it's just, I don't know, it's something that's always kind of been in the background for a long time, and that was like you said, you know, growing up, like obviously all that, there was a lot of complications behind
Yeah.
that with, you know, how it was shoved at us and the way it was used, and it was, you know, obviously, you know, we experienced a lot of unhealthy versions of it. But you know, I also always understood that it's important to kind of, when it comes to that, is the idea is you have your own relationship and you build that, you know, and it's like you
Yep.
can't judge it based off the people, and
Yeah.
because you know, obviously people are, they're gonna be, they're inherently flawed, you know, so it's just, it's always been a weird one for me. So I mean, I don't know, like I wouldn't necessarily consider myself an atheist. I mean, I guess I would, the mono one, I guess.
Cool.
For a long drawn out answer. So,
No, that's okay.
yeah.
Literally, okay, my friend James, love him so much. We recorded his episode earlier and we only got through 5 cards. And then my friend after that, Allie, we got through like 20 cards.
He's like, yes. No.
So, yeah, so it's just like there's just such like a broad, you know, we're here to hear from you. In whatever way you want to share yourself with us. Here's a great question on that note.
Okay.
Why did you say yes to being on this podcast?
Well, like I said, because I mean, it's something you're doing, and you know, it's a way to, you know, help me feel like I'm being supportive, I guess, a little bit, because I know I'm not. I don't love how I don't always feel like I'm as present or do as much as I could, but at
Now
least
you have evidence. You have
yeah.
video,
I'm not trying to
audio,
that wasn't
public evidence.
yeah, but that wasn't the intent behind
No,
doing
I know.
it. But
That's not your personality at all. I
yeah,
know.
but just, you know, at least, yeah, I don't know.
But now you have something concrete. So anytime like maybe those what I'm saying is anytime those like negative thoughts come up of like, oh, I'm not a good brother, I'm not showing up. It's like, no, but look at this one time I did this really cool thing with sister. Oh, precious. Is there something in your life where no matter how much of it you have, it is never enough? Your girlfriend.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I was like, maybe video games. I don't know. Maybe Austin when he was younger. would have said
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Which is growth.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. So cute, Liz. So cute. How many calories are in a cloud?
Calories.
Yep. That's what I said.
I like to believe it's sugar free.
It is sugar free.
Oh, nice.
But that doesn't answer my calories question.
I mean, I don't see that it doesn't have enough oomph to really have much carbs that going on there either. I don't know. I feel like it's air. It's water.
It's water.
Yeah. So like
How many calories are in water?
none.
So then how many calories in a cloud?
None.
Good job.
Okay. So there was one that like have. Okay, gotcha. All right.
What? Okay, my friend Allie, she said something really interesting and cool. She was like, if a plane is flying through the cloud, then it has calories.
What are you gonna eat the people?
You could, because we're filled with calories.
That
Isn't that cool?
I mean, yeah, that's a way to
I
look
love
at
an
it.
outside the box thinker.
Yeah, I like it. I can support it.
Oh, this is interesting. If your teenage self saw you now, would they think you are cool?
Thing is, my I also know how much of a judgy asshole my teenage self was.
You said you were judgier?
Not, I don't know if judgy is the right word, but especially looking at myself because I know how I view myself and like my mental thought process and how I, self-esteem and all that crap. Like it's not my highest quality. So I would say that he'd expect more. So like I don't know. I don't think he would.
But cool is different than well achieved.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's a way those can kind of
Go together.
Yeah, exactly. Mend.
Because it's still like an approval question.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the reality is like I know how my mind was back then and like I know how I feel in the current.
Well, let me ask you this. What would it take for your teenage self to think your current self is cool? Like, what would your life need to look like now? Because we're just after the approval of our teenage self.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, because some of us, in a way, our minds are still trapped there, especially if there's trauma involved, because, they say your mind doesn't really, it kind of pauses its development in a lot of ways. So, but I don't know, I guess feeling more kind of put together, being in a better spot financially, being able to dress cleaner and look cleaner overall and be able to, I don't know, afford to get nice haircuts and do this and that, just look more, I don't know.
Did you want like
professional, more adult in ways, I guess. I don't know.
Did you want tattoos when you were a teenager?
Oh, yeah.
So then, like, you would also be, like, tatted up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah. Bare minimum, 2 half sleeves, some back pieces,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah. I knew what I wanted for the longest time, too. So, yeah.
Oh, we're going to get you those tattoos. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Are you nicer to people that you find very attractive versus those that you don't?
No.
Yeah, I know you don't. Yeah. Austin has such a good soul. It's stupid. Like I always say, I'm like, he's the best of us out of me and my siblings. And if any of my siblings watch this, which honestly I don't think they are, I'm going to move on. What is the best religion?
The best religion?
Yep.
I don't like to view it as categorizing one as the best.
It's a messed up question.
Yeah, like because I feel like that forces a divide that doesn't need to be there.
I know. Why would somebody ask that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because
wild.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like the idea of creating this divide that one is better than the other.
I
the
agree
idea
with
is
you.
that I think at the end of the day, the different religions are about faith. The way I would put it is religions that give more freedom to their believers.
Ooh, I like that.
That would be my kind of scale. Whereas like ones that are a lot more rigid and don't allow their believers to really just live their lives, I would put lower on the scale. Yeah. That's how I'd view it.
And rigidity, I think, comes from fear and a desire for control. And desire for control comes from fear. So that's all fear-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
So that would be mine.
I think that's good. Do you think you're smarter than me?
No.
Spell velociraptor. I'm so sorry. We did 2 back-to-back questions that.
Why you gotta do me dirty? The problem is I'm terrible at spelling in my head. So like, if I could write it down, it'd be a little different.
Sure. I don't have a pen, so just do your best.
Can I type it on my phone? Is that all?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, no, then you're gonna use spell check.
Well, no, I wouldn't.
It's gonna autocorrect.
Yeah, as I was saying that, I realized it'll autocorrect, so that's not a good option. Velociraptor, VA to start.
Do you want me to tell you if you get something wrong?
Yes.
Wrong.
Well, that didn't start well. It was not VA. So VO? So VE?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's deceiving, though. It's definitely not phonetic, then. Okay.
We can move on.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. You're in control of your interview. I'm going to remind you of that.
Okay, that's good to know.
So however you want to do this.
Yeah, no, I don't like those.
Wow, you're getting some... Do you like yourself?
I mean, I think you know the answer to that question.
Yeah, but not the internet.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, this is going to be published
Oh, that's,
to YouTube and Spotify.
okay, super fun.
And some of it on my Instagram.
It's definitely been an area I've struggled with, pretty much my whole life.
How about this?
I don't know if it. Okay, let me put it to you this way. There's times where I really don't like myself, like aggressively. And then I think there's other times where I allow myself to kind of forget about it and just do what I need to do.
Do you experience moments where you actually like yourself and you can say, I like who I am right now, or I like the thing I just did?
Well, usually, so in other words, that's going to happen if I feel like if I'm able to do something for someone else, or
I had a feeling you were going to say something like that.
So like if I'm ever in a position where I can, I don't know, be helping someone or doing something productive.
So what do you like about yourself when you're able to help someone?
Just that, I'm helping make someone else's life better or easier, or,
So what's the quality in yourself that you're seeing when you do that?
kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could say that what you like about yourself
Is being kind. Is when I'm able to. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not a mean person though. I
Sure.
feel like generally I'm kind, but
so you like that about yourself, that you're a kind person.
I guess.
But it's kind of a silly thing. Like, usually kind people aren't like, I like that I'm kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels odd and
I know.
pretentious. And
Oh my gosh. Also, I'm so sorry about this next question as well. But here we go. Rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10.
brother.
Wait, it gets better. It gets better. Now rate your mom.
Oh. You are. Why did it.
There's something very wrong with me, and we both know this.
Yeah, those are just mean questions. I will say this much. I will rate myself higher than mother.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Yeah. I'd give, but then I can't rate myself that high, though.
What do you mean you can't rate yourself that high? You can rate yourself high.
Will give me, it's called a 4.5.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
We'll put mother at a 3.
I knew you were going to rate yourself low, but that low? Okay. 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 Oh God, this is another hard one. Your self-esteem right now. You want to know what this question says?
I mean,
I don't want to ask you. I'm so
here.
sorry. The Lord
okay.
put these cards here. He worked through me and he shuffled the deck. I don't know what to tell you.
It's okay.
Do you think people like you? They do.
I mean, in some cases. I mean, I'll tell you this much. I don't deal well with not being liked. But, I mean, I feel like generally speaking, I mean, that's one thing I guess I can say is I feel like for the most part, decently liked.
Yeah, and people don't like shitty people, so you could also say then.
I like to believe I'm not shitty.
Yeah. Great. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
What kind of tree are you?
Like a willow.
I love willow trees. Is it because of Pocahontas?
No, but I like that take though.
Yeah, because Grandmother Willow. I love
Right.
that tree.
I guess I view it as kind of like a like a way to kind of, because generally I'm not very high energy.
Yes.
I'm always very tired and almost like a sloth, you know.
Yeah.
So like I feel like that tree is kind of almost like an embodiment of like a sloth, which
That's
is also
really good.
like my spirit animal essentially.
That's good. Did you know that sloths, specifically ones in LA, because we have the La Brea tar pits, they used to be like, I don't know exactly how large, but they used to be like stories tall, like huge.
What
And same with like, this is like prehistoric. Yeah. And same with like some of our bigger cats, like some wild cats. But then they obviously didn't make it evolutionary wise because you're not very fast and you're
Yeah.
large, easier to get attacked and preyed
Yeah.
upon.
I mean, I'm kind of tall, so
Right. So you're more visible. Can't move as fast.
I'm like a large sloth, you know, like
Yeah.
a prehistoric.
You should be a sloth for Halloween. That'd be really fun. But I want you to go like all out. They'd be very creepy.
That sounds a little terrifying.
We have time to work on this costume.
That would be. Are you in for that one, babe?
Wait, what is Liz gonna be if you're gonna be a sloth? Is she also gonna be a sloth? No,
She could be
no.
a zookeeper.
She could be the branch that you cling on to. I'm a genius. Oh, this is good.
I mean, these are ideas.
No, that's it. That's not. This is what we're doing.
Oh, okay. The locked
This is
in.
final. This is
Okay.
locked in.
All right.
Okay,
All
we
right.
have time for like one or two more questions,
Okay.
and then the final question.
There's a final.
There's a final question that everybody gets. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay.
Why do you think some people like butts so much? Follow-up question: do you like butts?
Oh yeah, butts are great. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't appreciate a good butt? You know what
I don't know.
mean?
There might be someone out there who doesn't, but
Well,
I don't know them.
They're unwell, if that's the
That's
case.
probably true. Oh, you're the first person to get this question. If you could choose to have a menstrual cycle or not, what would you choose?
Why would I want to have a menstrual cycle?
Yeah, that's what all of us women are saying.
So that's a
But
weird
if you don't, but you want children, and if you don't have a menstrual cycle, you can't have children because it means you don't have eggs, and you don't have eggs dropping.
Okay, well, so then I feel like you would need to word the question differently then.
I worded it how I worded it for the reasons I have my reasons. I have the
Because now, like,
reasons are the reasons, and this is what I have done.
because like I feel like if you would have said like, would you be willing to have a menstrual cycle if that means you could have kids?
I just would hope that you would know that.
I'm aware that that is the necessary bit, but I don't. My brain works weird.
Don't be mad at me because I wrote an aggressive question.
Right. Well, see, but then that creates a different dilemma, though. Would I still be attracted to what I'm attracted to?
Oh, well, if you want to take it there. It does that even matter?
Not necessarily, but I mean, I guess I'm curious because like the way I view it is like obviously like I love my girlfriend, you know, and it's
Sure,
like
whatever.
Yeah,
We
okay.
all know. You're obsessed with her.
Yeah.
You can't have enough of her. She's going to be a branch. You're going to be a fucking sloth. We got it.
So it's just like, you know, I want to make sure I wouldn't lose that part of me, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, if I kept that,
I'm
but
thinking
like,
it more of you bleeding out of your penis in this situation.
oof. Oh God, does that mean I'm having a child out of it too?
Yeah, it's going to be painful.
Oh God, that's such a smaller hole.
Maybe you'll
though.
just have it out of your butthole. Listen, I don't know. I didn't
Right?
think any of this
Right? I feel like
through.
there's more logistics that needs
There's
to
a
be.
lot more that needs to be worked out
Yeah,
here.
right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because like I just have more questions than answers I
Sure.
can give. You know, because yeah, there's a lot to that.
Okay, let's say you're a female.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't like it that way either.
Well, because then you already have it.
My point of the question is that having a period sucks and it's a sacrifice, but
Yeah, if it meant I had no okay, let me put it to you this way: if I had no other way of having kids, but if I had to have the menstrual cycle myself and give the birth, then yes, of course I do.
I like that answer. Very well played.
Good day, madam.
Well, you made it to your last question.
Oh.
Did this go by fast or was it? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went by fast, right?
Just hanging out.
Exactly. Final question for all of my guests.
Oh.
In our last 3 minutes, if this is the only surviving audio clip of you left in existence, what do you want people to know?
Be kind. Everyone's got enough stuff going on in their lives. You don't need to be one more thing to add to it. Just be kind to one another. Be giving, sharing. I think the idea is that we're in this together. Shouldn't be against each other. Yeah.
Great. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I wasn't like leading. Sorry, I wasn't like, you forgot to say thank you. That's not what that was. It was just like we had a few more minutes, so it's just like if you wanted to say anything else, you could.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. No, I'm happy I was able to be here, and I hope I was a good guest.
Yeah, you were a great guest.
Okay, cool.
You had some interesting things to say.
Yeah, well,
We got to work on your self-esteem a little bit.
A little bit.
I don't know if we actually helped. I don't think we helped. I don't know if we helped. Probably didn't help.
Yeah, this is different. Yeah.
But we had fun, or I had fun.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, that's okay. We'll just be done. You don't have to, I feel like I'm torturing you. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Austin, for being here. Thank you, Liz, for sitting here with us. And we'll be back next week. I hope you enjoy this episode. Bye.